Practice on Thursday against Cleveland was Josh Allen, which was interesting to hear him say that. But he also gave a lot of credit to Jackson Hawes. Thought he had a really good practice against the Browns, and reading some of the quotes after, the Bills were very happy with the second-year tight end. Rain continues to fall. Here is Davis trying the left side this time, and upended at the 40-yard line by Michael Coates.
We've had this conversation a lot about, who are playing the best and practicing the hardest. Man, it elevates the entire roster.
On 2nd and 6, Allen to the air. Looking down the field, and he's got a man for a first down. Along the sideline, that is Sherfield with the catch. At the 42-yard line, that's Sherfield in motion. Play action, Allen to the air, over the middle, and it's caught for another first down. Right back to Sherfield. And Steve, I know he's a guy that you've really been impressed with this summer.
Yeah, he's a big the offense.
17-yard pickup, first down and 10. Davis gets by the initial contact, and a nice run by Ray Davis. He had 21 yards rushing and 32 yards receiving in the preseason win against Carolina a week ago.
Well, this is just an absolutely outstanding job by Davis. Right in his face, I think, dropped him off and left him. And got the yardage. What a great run by Davis. What awareness.
6-yard gain back to Davis on second down, navigating his way, and then hit hard at the 7. That's Stephen Gosnell at the bottom of your screen on 3rd down and 3. Allen looking the other way for Davis. Nobody there. Pump fakes. Allen now throws, end zone, broken up. Multiple flags down. Pass was intended for Jack Fearon, so they spot the ball at the 1. 1st and goal for Buffalo. Davis remains the running back. Takes the handoff. Davis up the middle, and Davis trying to fight for that goal line, and he's not going to get there.
Not going to give it to him.
2nd and goal. Davis remains the running back. Davis, take 2. And he's pushed back again.
Yeah, I might want to challenge this one, Andrew. That looked like he got in. Not going to challenge it, though. I don't think there's an angle for that. That was in traffic.
3rd and goal. Davis is the 3rd time the charm. It is. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Yeah, this is
who will hold today for all of the Bass kicks. And Bass's first kick is good. With 9:32 to go in the first, Buffalo takes a 7-0 lead.
Yeah, you're right. It was a long drive.
News between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Both are expected to play today. It'll be Sanders who gets the start. First Bass to kick it away. And here is Malachi Corley on the return for Cleveland across the 30. And Corley takes it out to the 35-yard line.
That's the kind of athletes you want back there. Just guys that can make plays. We'll see if they can do it again today.
They both get the start on 1st down. Sanders' pass complete to Isaiah Bond and shoved out of bounds by the aforementioned Kenai Walker.
Walker today trying to repeat that performance.
Almost did not play due to injury and then came up with the INT. 8-yard pickup on 1st down, and now on 2nd on the ground. It's a 1st down run. That is Raheem Sanders up the middle to move the chains.
But he will be playing, I think, a high percentage of snaps for this Bills defense up front.
1st down and 10 for Sanders. Play fake. Sanders moving the pocket. Chased on the play and runs out of bounds. That was good hustle by T.J. Sanders, the 2nd-year lineman out of South Carolina.
That's good ball fake by Shedeur Sanders, and it was well covered by the big guy outside watches. He's going to come from down inside and chase Sanders all the way to the sideline, and that's as big as they are. That's their job. You've got to run that guy down. If there are some quarterbacks you cannot outrun, and there are some who you can. I don't think on a regular basis Sanders is going to be able to run the other Sanders down, but he had the right angle and did the right thing. That was a good play.
2nd and 8, back on the ground. Sanders up the middle with a bruising run, stood up by T.J. Sanders. So you had Shedeur Sanders handing off to Raheem Sanders, and the tackle made by TJ Sanders.
I sense a trend. I don't know.
The trifecta of Sanders.
We have talked about how these two teams practiced against each other this last Thursday. It was a really sharp practice. I've watched the training camp of the Bills, and I've seen others, and I watched the preseason game. It's easy to see after watching the Browns-Bills practice on Thursday why teams are leaning into the joint practices. It was really productive.
3rd down and 3. It's a pitch to Sanders, trying the outside, hit hard and stuffed. That was Kenai Walker making the initial contact, and then his teammates picked him up, stopping Sanders short of a 1st down.
Bills struggle to let somebody through here. There he is trying to get out there. He got caught up with DeMar Hamlin trying to get out there. They finally did get there. Kenai Walker made the tackle on the stop.
And Cleveland will keep its offense on the field for 4th down and 2. Sun now starting to peek through the clouds here in Ohio. See if the Bills can get a 4th down stop. Shedeur Sanders, plenty of time. Now fires, and he's got a 1st down. Into the open field goes Blake Whiteheart, and Shedeur Sanders had all day to make that 4th down completion.
Yeah, Geno Stone got caught in trail coverage. Come right here is Geno Stone. He's going to catch it. He's got to switch off on the zone, and he just is 1 or 2 steps late in recognizing it and can't get back outside as the tight end's got the momentum coming across the field. Stone had to stop and start again, and that's why they got the separation.
An 18-yard gain, 1st down and 10 for the Browns. Sanders. And he cannot escape TJ Parker, who had a sack a week ago against the Carolina Panthers. A nice tackle there by the 2nd-round pick out of Clemson.
And the Bills and Browns both freely substituting and rotating defensive and offensive players on and off the field. It's a nice job. Right there's Parker comes in. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. Guard the backside and then close down once the ball is declared where it's going.
Pickup of 3 on the play. 5 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Sanders sets up the screen. Some room to run and another 1st down. That time it was Amani Marshall moving the sticks for Cleveland, and Fedarian Mathis on the tackle for Buffalo.
These guys inside pop right out. That's the center coming all the way out to block on the screen, getting in interference with Marshall. Nice job by the Browns to set up that.
Coming up to our little perch here in the corner of the end zone as we watch this 2nd quarter begin. Fedarian Mathis with the tackle, and what's a bit of the name. In some ways, I can't imagine how special it is, but also there is some pressure for Bruno as well. How has he fared, and what have you seen from him throughout this training camp?
Well, Bruno and I are very different, and I've always said to him, your football career is completely separate from my life, right? You're on your own. You're doing this thing. You know, you're a contract worker. You're going to make
a chance to snap it as well to give him the best chance to make the team.
That's right. Well, with Connor McGovern on the sideline for who knows how long, they were a little thin at center, so instead of taking guard reps, he's exclusive.
Shedeur Sanders and the Browns. Sanders swings it out to Sanders, makes one man miss, but cannot get away and pick up the 1st.
Andrew, and say, we want this kid here.
Well, we talked about Ray Davis getting a chance to return punts. He's back deep at his own 25-yard line. This one he will watch bounce and go out of bounds. John, hang in there. We're going to take a quick commercial. Come back with more. Buffalo.
Celebrating to you on the field is far different than in the stands. I brought a friend down there. I said, what'd you think? And he said, I'm still shaking.
Such a thrill as the Bills open up this drive with Kyle Allen remaining the quarterback, and a handoff to Frank Gore Jr. up the middle. John, former 1st-round pick by the Bills in 1992. At center on the team as Sherfield goes in motion. Play action to Gore Jr. Right back to Sherfield, and wrapped up right away on the play by Donovan McMillan. How has the game changed in the trenches, John?
I think the game's better now than it was in our heyday. From the turn of the century.
From the turn of the century. From
Third
a fan
and 4,
perspective, for
and
sure.
that pass is incomplete. Allen to McCole Hardman. So Buffalo will send out the punt team again with the rookie Tommy Doman getting another chance to punt. As you see the replay on third down, good coverage down the field by the Browns. Good snap by Reed Ferguson. Doman gets one off. This one shorter than the last time. And on the return for the Browns is Cole Wilson. And Wilson with a nice run back. And the Browns will have pretty...
Fortunately, suffered an ACL injury a couple of weeks ago. Had surgery last week. And recovering very well. Very straightforward. So long road to recovery. But he's a big, strong kid, and he'll do great.
Shedeur Sanders remains the quarterback, and a nice completion here to Carson Ryan, rookie tight end from BYU.
On the Pope every day. He was a terrific teammate, a great leader, and always a very steady guy in the locker room. Steve, you don't know it, but oftentimes you gave me a great role model that I could always look to.
Well, John will be welcome in the booth again next week.
One thing, John, I want to get your opinion on. We were talking last night, Steve and I, also your hardest workers.
You can't replace that kind of thing. You have to be able to look up to the leaders of the team just by the fact that they work their butts off every day. And when I arrived in Buffalo, it was a very old team. There were a lot of veterans, and they just did the work. And you took those guys as role models. Of course, they were successful, so everybody was anticipating another good season, so that doesn't hurt. But those guys were fantastic. They just went and they worked every day and gave it every rep.
Yeah, it's not... John, putting in a 10-year career, it certainly, some of it is good luck and good fortune with injuries and stuff, but what are the keys to, a long surviving career, just where you're productive throughout all 10 years? What do you think is the main ingredient to that?
I think the number one thing is you have to give the coaches confidence that you're not going to make mistakes. You can lose a one-on-one battle, Steve, but if you're not blocking the right guy, you're not any help at all.
Flag is down as Sanders takes off. He's got enough for the first down, but let's see what the penalty marker is, and it looks like this one's coming back. A hold against the Browns.
You're right, as Shedeur.
Holding. Office number 70. 10-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
What happens, and John, you can speak to this. The quarterback runs outside, and the offensive lineman doesn't know, and as Zane Durant tries to disengage, they just grab on.
It's a feel thing, and you're never right. That's what you always know. You're never right. And just a little bit of a tug, and they call the flag. I think that's kind of an iffy call. There's so much space there that the D tackle's not going to catch Shedeur in the open field, but you got to stick to the rule book.
This is a Bills broadcast, John. Just remember that.
I get that.
We're not neutral. I'm just kidding.
Yes, that's right. It's only bias is allowed in the booth.
Wearing Bills shirts on the air. Third down and 15.
I stand corrected. I'll behave properly. I promise, Steve.
Sanders with time. Good coverage downfield by Buffalo, but Sanders squeezes one in a tight window to Luke Flourier. He caught the touchdown, and he picks up the first down for the Browns.
Yeah, Flourier comes through. DeMar is going to just freeze his feet right here. He's going to get caught right there, just a half a step late, and can't accelerate fast enough to change directions to catch up to Flourier. Sanders once again with enough time to wait on that route to take place. It got deep crossing route to the opposite side of the field. Takes a long time, but Sanders hung in there.
Approaching 7 minutes to go in the first half. And here's a handoff to Sanders, and he gets away from Igbinosun, but he did enough to trip him up and slow him down. So a nice play by the rookie second rounder out of Ohio State.
Yeah, nice tackle for loss by Igbinosun. He's going to come out, just gets enough of Sanders. Like I said earlier, Sanders is 230 pounds. And when he gives that little shimmy, if you're off balance, you're not taking him down, a 230-pound guy. And that's a nice move by Sanders to get out, but Igbinosun got enough of him to trip him up for the tackle for loss. you can get away with a lot of stuff, particularly when you see the play develop early. And Igbinosun got there so fast, he hit him 2 or 3 yards deep, and it ended up being a 2-yard loss.
And Steve, when that running back is 230 pounds, I think the aiming point was right. You know, you took
right, just above his shoelaces.
That's right.
Well, Davison Igbinosun is in our Pepsi Rookie Spotlight as you see a little bit more about the native of Union, New Jersey, who played just down the road at Ohio State. This Pepsi Rookie Spotlight brought to you by Pepsi, the official soft drink of the Buffalo Bills.
All these guys are special, but Igbinosun, I want to finger quotes, is a typical young NFL corner. His confidence is bulletproof.
2nd and 7, and Sanders swings one out to Larvidan, and good coverage there by Buffalo as Dorian Williams coming over to make the tackle.
You know, when you don't know what you don't know yet, Steve, your confidence could be high.
Right.
The trouble is when you learn a little bit more.
Yeah, experience is what breaks you, darkens your spirit, and makes you bitter.
Oh, boy. The broadcast booth just got dark.
Yep. As dark as the clouds about an hour ago. Had a 1-hour lightning delay, and now with 5:40 to go in the first half, the Browns are looking at 3rd down and 7. Sanders fires right, and a penalty marker's out.
This is coming.
Looked like good coverage by Toriano Pride, the rookie from Missouri, but he might be guilty here.
I think he caught him with his hands and might not have let go quick enough.
Here's Bill Vinovich.
Pass interference. Defense number 32. Spot foul. Automatic first down.
So Toriano Pride called for pass interference for the 2nd consecutive week.
Right there, you see that. That's
too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Bass kicks it away. And it is Booth on the return for the Browns. Across the 30. And smacked down at the 32-yard line. That was Otis Reese making the special teams tackles. We check in with Maddie.
In his 2nd stint with the Bills, backup quarterback Kyle Allen is happy to be. It's really cool how much he trusts us. He trusts us to get into the right play. And when you have a head coach that trusts you like that and believes in you like that, you just want to go out and perform for him.
Maddie, thank you. Glad you're. And it's 2nd down and 10. Watson now at the age of 30, and a handoff here. And good pursuit there by the Bills again defensively. Javon Solid.
Energy that they bring to it. They showed it on Thursday, and it seems to have carried over.
3rd down and 11. Watson in the shotgun. Watson with time. Now fires a strike. Deflected and incomplete. Good coverage by the Bills. And
how much more confident he is roaming the back end of that defense.
Yeah, we profiled Jordan Hancock at the beginning of the broadcast. He broke that play up. Jordan Dunbar also almost had the interception, as this is Hardman on the punt return. Cole Hardman scored a touchdown in the first half, and he takes this one out to the 32-yard line. Early state.
Buffalo's defense.
I just being myself, you know, going out there and playing fast, playing physical like I do. And I feel like all those things with all the guys who got around me is going to make it easy.
Playing fast and playing physical, you're a veteran in this league. How do you still play at such a physical level? New about this defensive line in your eyes?
What's new is the fact that I would say everybody's like young and hungry. I'm not saying in the past they weren't hungry, but a lot of these guys are year 2.
Told us an incredible story. He said during his rookie season, he was playing the Dolphins. You were on the team, and you stopped him in the middle of the game and said, "Hey, man, do you?"
Mind myself, maybe I need a box to stand on if I ever have to talk to one of the players. Maddie. Arms getting tired holding that microphone so high.
4th and 1, and Ian Wheeler picks up the first down for Buffalo, and the drive continues.
Comes in and acclimates so quickly, sometimes really raises the floor of the players around him. I experienced that myself in my own career when James Lofton became a Buffalo
Billier today. 2nd down and 10 for Buffalo. Shane Buechele, the QB, the rest of the way for the Bills. And he hands off here to Ian Wheeler. And nice running by Wheeler. Nice job by Wheeler, who's really popped this summer.
Bills 5 days later, head coach Joe Brady has a ton of respect for him. Said, hey, you haven't had an offseason, and look at you here.
3rd and 9, Buechele deep to Mecclin and incomplete. But I think that's the great point, Matty, that he did
back room.
52-yard field goal attempt for Tyler Bass out of the hold of Mitch Wishnowsky. Reed Ferguson is the snapper, and Bass's kick is on the way, and it is good. I wanted to see him try it upstairs today. Brady told us it's easier in many ways to call the game from up top. He feels like the game is a little bit slower up there. He said, yes, you miss the emotion and the communication down on the sideline with the players. But
viewing the game that way, and certainly it does take the emotion out of it.
Watson's pass is busted up, and that is Jordan Dunbar. The undrafted rookie out of Missouri State makes the play.
Long, and he's got to mind his splits to give his quarterback a chance to get the ball there at the same time the blockers get there.
3rd down and 10. Watson hit as he throws, incomplete, and that's the second straight 3-and-out.
Get your hand, just get in the quarterback's process and blow the play up.
Dana had 2 sacks a week ago against Carolina. Hardman watches this one bounce, and it settles right around the 10-yard line. With 6:59 to go in the 3rd quarter. And Buffalo leads by 10. Shane Buechele, the Bills QB, from his own 11-yard line, a handoff Wheeler, and he picks up a couple. Now, you think back to last year in the preseason, strong, and so far today they've done a good job of that.
Some of the conversation around this team obviously has been about what's going to be different with a new head coach. Last year they have shown out better after having a good practice against this Browns team than they did a year ago. Maybe it's because of the head coach, and maybe because they all experienced together that's the reason, or maybe that's just the way Joe Brady handles it.
3rd down and 8. Buechele's pass is incomplete, intended for Hardman, and it was Jeremiah McClendon getting a hand on it for the Browns. So a quick 3-and-out for the Buffalo offense.
Two guys right there. As this play got further and further away from the snap, the receivers started to bunch up a little bit because they were both going to the same open area, and all of a sudden there's 2 receivers, 3 defenders, and there's no place to put the football.
And now for the first time in the preseason, Mitch Wishnowsky will go back to punt for Buffalo. He's trying to communicate with the sideline. Looked like
they were short a man.
That's what it looked like. He's awaiting the snap in his own end zone from Reed Ferguson. So Dolman was the punter in the first half. Now it's the veteran Wishnowsky. Nearly blocked. But he gets off a good one. Driving the returner all the way back to the 29-yard line. It's Wilson. There'll be a block in the back against the Browns. Multiple flags down. And now so is the returner Wilson. Penalties have been an issue today for the Browns.
That's a good job by Corey Couch, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Great hands. Tip drill. DBs have been working on that one, too. I've seen them.
All right, we'll send it back up to you guys upstairs. Thank you, Dawson.
I don't know, Maddie. Dawson Knox had a pretty good call of that interception. Maybe we should keep him on. He can call the 4th quarter if he wants.
Yeah, that was...
What a play by Corey Couch.
Yeah, nothing harder to catch other than a tipped ball that's tipped right in front of you coming at 100 miles an hour. He did a great job to corral that. Great turnover by the Bills defense, and that's... that ball sailed on Deshaun Watson, and sure enough, Couch was right there.
Better watch out. Knox is coming for my job. To Corey Couch. Last 2 seasons on the Bills practice squad. He was injured in training camp a year ago. He's only been now with the Bills in his 3rd year, but yet to play in a regular season game. Heck of a play by the Hollywood, Florida native. Did have 3 interceptions in his final year at Miami. Undrafted rookie a couple of years ago with the Bills. And he gets the ball right back in the hands of Shane Buechele. Great play by Corey Couch. And we thank Dawson Knox for his time with Matty Glab. 2.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Buechele play action. He's got a man running wide open across the middle. It's Mecclin. Mecclin down the sideline, and nobody is going to get him. Jamari Mecclin with the touchdown. 71 yards.
Well, Buechele read this, had the time to deliver this ball, and he puts it right on the money. Mecclin didn't have to break stride at all. Out of the reach of the defender as he comes across over here. Great job by Frank Gore Jr. to give Buechele just that extra minute. And sure enough, Mecclin is not going to get caught. Great, well-executed play all the way around. From the pass protection to Mecclin running the right route and Buechele hanging in there. He delivered that ball and took a shot right after he released it. That's just a great play by the Bills offense there. Shane Buechele delivering the perfect strike.
And you notice Mecclin kept the football to go back with him to the sideline. He's going to hold on to that one as Tyler Bass knocks in the extra point. It's now 24-7. What a moment for the undrafted rookie out of Kentucky, Jamori Mecclin. Played at Missouri, North Texas since 2018, which featured 2 rookie first-round QBs. Josh Allen against Baker Mayfield. Allen, of course, still with the Bills. Mayfield is not, now with Tampa Bay, as Cleveland tries to settle on who their quarterback will be. But crazy how
he's an all-timer. Absolutely been everything the Bills could have hoped for.
And it was really interesting, as we mentioned before, when Joe Brady said he thought the best player on the Bills at the joint practice was Josh Allen, and he kind of looked at us and said, "You're probably looking for somebody off the rate."
They're right at 30 points a game. Last year, 28.5. They're just, Josh is, if there's one thing, and my co-host on the radio side of our broadcast, Chris Brown, will say it. He's right. Nobody in the History League has.
Out of the timeout, 2nd down and 9 for Deshaun Watson, who plays here into the 4th quarter. And another tackle made by Jordan Dunbar. He's been flying around here today.
So did he.
3rd down and 5. Watson, touch pass deep. Down the sideline, incomplete. Kani Walker. Again, Sanders played with more of the first-team offense. Watson in with the backups on 4th and 5. Fires a pass, incomplete. Behind his intended target, and more boos for Deshaun Watson here in Cleveland.
That was not.
With the Malone family, they have 3 generations working on the stadium together. They said it's unheard of in the industry, and it means so much to them because they grew up in Buffalo as huge Bills fans.
Maddie, thank you. That was our high marks.
Everything, the skyline deck, it's just such a great tribute to the region, to the city, to the team, to the fans. It's really a special play.
1 and 10 with Buechele in the shotgun. Good snap by Fina. Buechele to Zylstra, and Zylstra trying to get to the line to gain. Good second effort, and he picks up the 1st down. Great job after the catch by.
Man, for these players, this is a moment for them, and it's always fun to be a part of it.
Zylstra spent his first 4 seasons with the Detroit Lions as Wheeler runs into his own man. That was Max Tomczak, and a short gain on the.
In for somebody. He has been too productive, and he looks just too athletic not to be on a roster someplace.
2nd down and 7. It's Wheeler out of the backfield, turning on the Jets and tiptoeing down the sideline. Takes a big hit. That is where the flag came out, though, backing the Bills up to the 46-yard line. It's a pitch to Gore Jr., and he's got some running room. And Frank Gore Jr. picks up a 1st down as we go back down to the field.
Played in the CFL, undrafted to Atlanta. Here you are on your 2nd contract. What would you tell a younger D. Alford?
Oh, man, just don't give up. Just keep going, man. And, forever God is the greatest. Just, put your best foot forward, believe in yourself, and keep going.
That was fun. Thank you so much, Maddie, as the Bills are driving down the field. 1st and goal for Shane Buechele from the 5-yard line. Play action. Buechele rolling right. He's going to tuck it away, keep it himself, and take it in for a touchdown. Good move there by Shane Buechele on the Bills. After a couple of snowstorms have come through, see if he still feels like he's excited for it and ready for it.
If he's lived in Winnipeg, he's ready.
And Tyler Bass continues his perfect afternoon. The extra point is good. with the Buffalo Bills and the NFL. You can find tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bills.
Tyler Bass putting that one out of the end zone.
What a good day for Tyler Bass. He missed a kick against Carolina, missed a couple in the joint practice on Thursday against the Browns, but he has been perfect so far today.
Yeah, his legs seem strong enough. I haven't spoken with him about it, but he's been on the mend for a long time. It's been a hard road back for him, and unfortunately, his kicking motion was exactly the kind of motion that would exacerbate the injury that he had, and it took a long time to get back to 100%.
New Cleveland quarterback is Dylan Gabriel with 6:49 to go, and we have a flag and a false start against the Browns.
Penalty. Go first down.
We did ask Joe Brady about Tyler Bass missing the kick a week ago and then missing a couple on Thursday in practice, and he said, look, when he missed against the Panthers last week, he bounced back right away. He made the next one, and I want to see how he comes out today and bounces back from missing a couple, although he did do that in the practice on Thursday. Missed a couple, came back and made it. So there's a lot of confidence right now in this Bills organization and Tyler Bass as he works his way back from a very serious injury, and the Browns are
getting ugly now. They've got 2 false starts on the offensive line in successive plays, one on the right guard, one on the left guard.
So 1st and 20 now for Cleveland. That pass is deflected, knocked away by Toriano Pride, and incomplete.
Pride is a great job by Pride. Undercut that route. It was a quick route, and he got underneath it. Pride has been, I've been watching him. I'm really intrigued by his speed and his twitchiness. The guy is an elite athlete in that regard. And if he gets the technique down that they want him to play, if he can get the defense under his belt, man, he could be an extremely sticky cover guy.
2nd down and 20. Browns run it. And a good tackle made by Dwayne Carter. Missed all of last year with the torn Achilles before week 1. And a nice play there by the 3rd-year man out of Duke.
Yeah, that 3rd-year man out of Duke came back looking like somebody else this year. Put on some weight. He knew he was going to have to change positions and change a little bit of his responsibilities in the run game and the pass pro or the pass rush because of the new defense. And he went at it. He came. I was like, wow, look at him. It was marked, the difference that he made in his body coming back into the training camp this season.
Brandon Beane said he looked a little bit rusty against the Panthers, but it means a lot to him as the Browns continue to go backwards.
5-yard penalty. Go 3rd down.
That's the 2nd penalty in a row on Leviston.
Not following the script, which is something that was done in Buffalo for the WWE this week. And the Bills, some of the Bills were in the house. There's Deion Dawkins.
Yeah, Ray Davis and Osiris Torrance in the front row. Deion sporting the big championship belt.
No surprise that Deion would be front and center at the WWE.
It is not a surprise.
3rd and 25. Browns trying to pick up a couple. They do, but well short of a 1st down as Cade Denoff comes in to finish off the play, and Cleveland will punt.
You see Ray Davis hanging around Deion still, just like they were at WWE. It's been a roller coaster. They're standing there in the sunshine, had the sunglasses on, and a little while ago it was an absolutely torrential downpour. It's done that twice. We're riding the weather roller coaster here in Cleveland today.
Well, Magdalena is going to get a chance to return this punt. Maybe. He's back deep at his own 25-yard line. And he's not going to return this one. This is going to go out of bounds, and it'll give the Bills the field position around the 25-yard line with 5:11 to go. Bills trying to improve to 2-0 in the preseason.